Okay, so y'all know how they do surveillance and people are saying, oh, it can't work or whatever. They want like a gazillion billion dollars because they're injured. Anywho, I do surveillance on this guy who runs a nail salon and he tells the insurance company that he physically can't sit and do the work. Seems legit. Like that really happened. This is when I first became a PI. And listen, nobody taught me nothing about being a PI. I basically trained myself. The lady that gave me my first job, she had never been in the field. She didn't know nothing about nothing. That was like the blind leading the damn blind. It was a complete shit show. So I go to this guy's house early in the morning and about 9, 10 o'clock, I follow him to the nail salon. Well, this fella has one of those like boutique salons where it's more like a spa and you get like your own room, like your own little private pedicure chair and all that stuff. So like I could document him going into those rooms, but I can't document what he's doing if I can't see him. So I said I wanted a pedicure. They tried to pawn me off on this other lady, but obviously that wasn't going to help me at all. So I said I would be much more comfortable with the gentleman. Thank you. I didn't know what else to say. They're like, look, this guy's got appointments ahead of you, so it's gonna be a while. And in my head, I'm thinking like, listen, I charge by the hour. It's fine, right? So I went along with it. Yeah, it's totally fine. It's fine. I'll just wait here. So I sat in the little chair in their little waiting area situation while this guy goes into another room with these women. And I know they were probably talking about me in Vietnamese because they kept looking over at me and making fun, like laughing and doing that face. Girl, I know you're talking about me. Like the one looked at me like she thought I was there to take her man. Anyways, finally my turn, right? So I go sit down in the little chair in the little secret room. I have my little covert camera. This guy has no idea I'm videotaping him. Anyway, so he's looking at me confused. You never come here before? And I'm like, nope, it's my first time. I said, my girlfriend told me I should come see you because you do the best pedicures. He's like, who is your friend? Clearly I did not think this through all the way because I didn't have an answer. So I was just like, oh, it's not actually my friend. It's like a friend of my mom's friend's sister or cousin. It's a brother. Note to self, have an entire story prepared next time. Anywho, well, I just started as a PI. He's looking at me funny. So my initial thought was, great, he's on to me, catch out of the bag, the jig is up, I'm busted, right? So I just let the camera roll and I'm just kind of looking around the room like dum-de-dum-de-dum while he does my pedicure. And then he looks at me and says, like to take your shirt off? I'm sorry, what? He has a very strong Vietnamese kind of accent. And so I'm like, maybe he didn't just say what I think he just said. I'm processing and I'm looking for like the nearest window or door or whatever. There was no way out. He's between me and the nearest door. And so I'm just looking like stunned, kind of looking around the room, looking back at him and I'm sorry. What? Then he says, and y'all, I shit you not, do you want a happy pedicure? Listen, I was confused as a chameleon in a bag of damn Skittles. Did this man just offer me a happy ending for my pedicure? Is that a thing? Does that make me a sex worker? Is he a sex worker? Listen, the math wasn't mathin'. Well, I'm panicking because, hello, wouldn't you? I'm alone in a room with this man who just asked me to take my shirt off and offered me a happy pedicure and there's no escape? Y'all, I must have looked nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs because this fella's eyes got big as saucers and he scrambles over to the little side table and he hands me a little laminated piece of paper and on it was these little emoji faces and next to each one was a description of that particular service. I had one that said like sleepy, little Z's above the head. And then the next guy was like a little face that was like relax. It was like manicure and pedicure. And then they had the one that said happy. And the happy guy had like the robe and like the towel and like a heated like weighted shoulder thing. So that like while you get your pedicure, you're chilling like a villain. And then I realized, and then he realized that I realized, and I realized that he realized that I realized that I thought he was just asking me to take off my shirt all willy-nilly. But he thought that I got referred there by a friend. So bless his little Vietnamese heart, he thought that I was there because I knew what a happy pedicure was, but I did not. And so then he realized and I realized that this was just like an unfortunate language barrier. Well, so then I told him, I said, no, thank you. No happy pedicure for me. And then he just did a regular pedicure. It's probably called like the sad pedicure because it only lasted like 5 more minutes. We were both sitting there awkwardly waiting for it to be done, which couldn't have happened quickly enough. And so then I took my surveillance video and I left with my tail between my legs. I left out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry because I thought that like he was a sex worker and like I was going to be some sort of John, like an unwilling participant. And well, that's what I get for lying about being referred by a friend.